All right, guys, it's 9:30. We're going to go ahead and get started because we don't want to keep everybody too late. It's already a little late in the evening. So first, I want to say hello and thank you to everyone for joining the Sermaderm call. Some of you are distributors looking to learn more, and some of you have just been introduced to new life in Sermaderm. And no matter where you are in the process, your time tonight will be very well spent. We have two fantastic guests for you tonight on tonight's call. We have Dr. Rebecca Stern. She's a renowned OBGYN in South Florida, and she's here to enlighten us on this product and her experience. We also have celebrity artist Goshay Hawkins, owner of Goshay Salon, the most upscale salon in Atlanta, and she is going to share her experience as well. Hello, Goshay.
Hello. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be on the call.
Wonderful. Thank you for joining us. And again, hello to you, Dr. Stern.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
Wonderful. So just so you guys know, I know a lot of you are on the call wanting to hear about the product, and a lot of you are want to hear about, how do you make money? We're going to definitely close out this segment with a discussion around how you can increase your income with this proven product, Sermaderm, the only non-prescription, FDA-registered HGH transdermal gel on the market. And this is a very unique opportunity for a lot of us. So just sit back and relax, and you're going to really enjoy what we have to share with you this evening. So let's go ahead and get started. So please tell us, what is HGH, or human growth hormone, and why is it important?
Well, and first I want to say, Lori, thank you so much for putting this all together. It's such a great thing that you're so excited about. And for you to be on my downline, I'm really excited. So to answer the question, first to say that there's no magic pill, there's no magic gel, we'll say, even to replace good well-being and healthy lifestyle. That being said, human growth hormone, to answer your question, is a polypeptide hormone that's produced by the pituitary gland, which is a gland at the base of the brain, the skull. It's produced in nature, and it has a really very important role in growth and functioning of the body. It's important because it promotes cell growth of new cells. It promotes metabolism of proteins and carbohydrates and lipids, which are fats. It therefore helps with health and wellness and acts sort of as our fuel to our bodies. Human growth hormone naturally stimulates the production of insulin growth factor, which is produced in very high volume by human growth hormone. This restores and maintains muscle mass. It improves endurance and energy. It provides nervous system sort of stability, which is cognition or clarity, mental clarity. It maintains bone growth and bone density. So we see with high or adequate levels of human growth hormone, we see all of these things, which makes us all say, wow, maybe this is why we really need this human growth hormone to help this insulin growth factor be produced. So we see low growth hormone in aging. That's the main reason. And we see it with decreased sleep, because actually REM sleep is where what helps produce human growth hormone. So if it's produced in the pituitary, which is in the brain, obviously anybody who has a head injury or radiation to the head or a pituitary injury, they see decreased growth hormone. So we want to increase that, to increase these insulin growth factors, which can help all of these restoration and maintenance of all of these great things that go on in our bodies.
Oh, thank you for sharing that. There are a lot of wonderful benefits from human growth hormone. I did a lot of research on this idea. It has always been associated with wellness, and because of that, there are many other non-prescription HGH products on the market, such as pills and sprays, because people know that it works when it's done right. So why do you believe Sermaderm is becoming the go-to HGH for so many people?
Well, I think obviously proof is in the benefits that are seen. Some of the other things like sprays and pills are trying to obviously increase the growth hormone in the body, but what you find is that the enzymes that are created in the gastric system actually eat up the main part of the human growth hormone, and so only a small percentage actually gets into the circulatory system. So only a small percentage is absorbed by the body. I mean, some of these things are like things that we've heard of, Serovital or Gen F20. There's a whole bunch of different products that are attempting, but if you read a lot of the testimonials for them, you don't see as many benefits as you do see with the Somaderm. And the Somaderm is now absorbed and placed in thin-skinned areas so that it's not being placed into fat cells. So it gets right into the circulatory system, right by all these vessels that we're putting close into.
Oh, thank you for sharing that. I mean, I've spoken to many people about Sermaderm, and some people tend to relate this product to steroids. So it's something that we have to work to really overcome with educating the market. What are your thoughts about that?
I mean, I think people have an idea that human growth hormone and steroids are used by all these elite athletes and these muscle bodybuilding people, and certainly can have some negative side effects that we see in those people. I think that those doses are used extremely high. They're injectables generally. Not to say that injectables are unsafe. When monitored by physicians, I think injectables can be very safe, and you see that in some very elite athletes and some stars and those kind of things. The downside, even when monitored with doctors and the appropriate people, the injectables are extremely expensive. When unmonitored, I mean, the injectables again are very high dose, and if not administered in the correct dose, can be stored in the fat of your body if you have overabundance that your body is not using. And in that way, I mean, just like people are concerned, when you have high stored HGH, human growth hormone, it can make cells grow that we don't want to grow. For instance, if you had a cancer cell, it probably could make that grow if we have significantly high levels that are still in our body. So the one thing about Somaderm is it's a naturopathic product that is used. You use up basically all of the human growth hormone in a very short period of time, and so there is no storage in the fat. So there's no sort of extra to have those bad cell growth products done. That being said, I'm not sure that being a gynecologist that I would promote this product for patients that I know have had a history of any kind of cancers. However, the history of the product does say that it is safe.
Well, thank you
in those patients.
Well, thank you for putting that out there. I think being transparent with whatever we do, it builds confidence and helps us to promote the product appropriately. We talked about Sermaderm briefly, but let's talk about the HGH and the additional active ingredients in this product, because when I looked at it and did some more research, it became clear to me why people were talking about these phenomenal benefits. Can you just talk about those additional ingredients?
So I agree with you. I think when I was originally looking at some of the testimonials, I thought, wow, this is like kind of a miracle thing. How is it possible we can do everything? I mean, yeah. It seems to be treating almost everything. So what I found when I also investigated, what else is in Somaderm. So somatropin is the HGH plant-based polypeptide that is created for Somaderm. They also have some adrenal support and some thyroid support, which for me, knowing my population and knowing my own age, I felt was really important and a huge benefit to my patients and myself. So the adrenal support is the glandula suprarenalis, which helps to balance some of the adrenal hormones such as cortisol and aldosterone. And these help the body react appropriately to stress and help the gastric system function appropriately. It also can help some of the menopausal symptoms that we see. And again, one of the things that we're all kind of interested, at least at this age, I find, is the fat distribution. So all of these things really are beneficial with this glandula suprarenalis, again, with our adrenal fatigue that we see very commonly in the population. There's also the thyroidinum, which supports the thyroid. It actually is the animal iodine that is extracted, and the iodine itself placed in our bodies and absorbed in our bodies makes our thyroid produce more thyroid hormone, which really gets circulated to the entire body and can help benefit in so many ways. It functions for for warmth and energy and mood, fatigue. Also, it supports healthy weight loss or whatever maintenance, I should say. So those are the main active ingredients, I guess, in Somaderm. But what I also found was very interesting is some of the inactive or the supportive ingredients are actually ingredients that, they say mainly are to stabilize and used as antimicrobials, but a lot of them I actually find we use sort of naturally to some of my patients for menopausal symptoms and things that we see. I often see patients that complain about lack of mental clarity, and we all know ginkgo biloba. I mean, it's something that's very, very much touted as clarity, mental clarity, and brain function. It can help some libido as well. I find that's one of the supporting products, and licorice root is also. And I know that for me, my patients, I use that for vaginal dryness and for libido. There's just so many other things that are supported, even these 19, again, inactive supposed ingredients, that I kind of laugh because now I understand some of these amazing inactive support products can also be so beneficial. And maybe that's why we're seeing so many beneficial things with the products. And it's obviously to the founder, Alex Goldstein's credit, that he has used some of these products that can help be stabilizers and more inactive, but can also be beneficial as well. So in general, I found with this product, just replenishment of human growth hormone levels, the body balance and processes are sort of restored to state of well-being, sort of bringing about some positive and amazing changes that create us and make us feel great and young again. So it's a great product. I'm really excited to be a part of this growth and maintenance of the product.
I think, like you stated, all of these wonderful ingredients, in order for them to work together so cohesively, it does take some science, and it does take a testament to a level of purity. And I didn't mention it earlier, but I do want to point out that this product is FDA registered. A lot of people might see FDA and think FDA approved, but I just want to point out that this particular product has not gone through an FDA approval process. There are no clinical studies on this product. The FDA registration is a testament to the product purity, product quality of the product, and how it's manufactured in a good manufacturing practice environment, which is an environment where a lot of naturopathic products are manufactured and a lot of FDA approved products are manufactured, just to ensure the product quality and purity, which is very important considering we have so many supporting products, and also the Sermaderm, because even if you have Sermaderm or HGH in a product, if it's not pure, it does you no benefit. So I wanted to really kind of point that out. And considering you mentioned earlier, Dr. Stern, you talked about the potential negatives of HGH in general. Can we circle back around to talk about the fat cells again and the storage, and potentially why this product is a little bit different from the high-level injectables? I'm getting a question here. Maybe somebody came in late as relates to potential cancer and why that risk is more limited with this product.
Well, because this is naturopathic and it's 1/30th the dose, the dose is much smaller. So when it's put into our circulation, our body uses it very quickly and rapidly. So there's not enough to be stored in our fat cells, as far as I can see, I believe. So when you have high dose injectables, the body can only use a certain amount, and the rest of it will get stored in the fat cells and then used potentially for negative growth.
Thank you for circling back, Dr. Stern. I really appreciate that. Go ahead.
The other thing that I want to clarify is that because the product is over the counter, it doesn't need FDA approval. It just needs the registration. Those things that are prescription are what get FDA approved.
Thank you so much for adding that. I appreciate that. Well, we talked about the actual HGH, the somatropin. We've talked about the supporting products that have been seen to offer some glandular support and improvements in maybe potentially thyroid function. Now let's talk about some real results. Goshay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much for being patient, but we got to get you worked in here. Want to get your feedback. I know when we first got introduced to this product, you and I were fiending over trying to get a bottle because they were kind of limited supply, and we were able to get a bottle of Sermaderm. So how long have you used the Sermaderm product, and what type of results have you seen?
Actually, you're a reminder of how long I've been using the product, because I actually feel like I've been on the product for about 30 days. And actually, you keep reminding me that we've only had the product for about 9-10 days. And I'm just like, no, I've had it for 30 days at least. I know that I have.
And she is, guys, she's telling the truth. She's like, Lori, it's been 4 weeks. I was like, Goshay, no, it's been about 2. So
But I've been using the product, and I'm a firm believer of using a product in order to be able to speak about it. And so now that I've actually used the product, I feel a tremendous amount of energy. Like normally I can go to the gym, and a lot of people always say that once you go to the gym that you should have a lot of energy. Well, I've never been the type to go to the gym and come back home and just have a lot of energy. Normally I need to take a nap. So after using Sermaderm, I've actually been able to stay up the entire day and not take naps during the day. And I actually have had a lot of focus as far as being more creative, just being able to focus more on one project, get things done, which I'm always, all over the place doing things. But actually, since I've been using the Sermaderm, I've actually been able to really focus and get a lot more done. It's funny, we had a conversation about the dreams, and I'm like, I don't really remember my dreams. But it's funny that after using the Sermaderm, that I actually am starting to remember my dreams when I wake up, which I find really interesting. Because I'm like, where down the line did I stop remembering my dreams? So I just see a lot of focus and energy, and I'm just really excited about the product. My skin seems to be firming up. My arms seem a lot smaller, because I've always had problems with my arms, but they definitely seem to be firming up. And I didn't even go to the gym all last week, so I can't say that it was the gym. But definitely, I see clear as far as my skin. It just seems like a glow to it. So I'm just excited about the product. And I remember when I first started, I was telling you, I wasn't going to call you and tell you, because I wanted to really make sure that I was just, thinking these things were happening.
You sure did, because you didn't share first couple of days. When I was telling Goshay about my results, Goshay is she's a very positive person. I've known her for over 15 years, but she's like from Missouri. You got to show her. So I've told her, she's like, no, didn't believe, and then she experienced, and then it's like she was afraid to tell me because she thought I wouldn't believe. So she was giving me little tidbits here and there. Well, maybe this is happening. She'll try to tell you why it's not happening before she'll admit that it is happening. So for her to come back and say, well, Lori, I think you're right, is truly interesting point from somebody with her perspective. So we always say if Goshay is on board, then it works. So Goshay is on board, so it works.
So I'm always now like, okay, now let's talk about the money, because I think that's extremely important.
that is definitely important. And like I said earlier,
I have a product that works. Now I need to know exactly, how do we make money off this product?
And that's what we're going to talk about. That's definitely what we're going to talk about. Let me ask you, talk about making money off this product. What led you to become a distributor? You tried a product, and then what made you say, I want to promote it?
Well, actually, because I'm a firm believer in, if it works, I can sell it. Anything with losing weight and hair growth, skin looking great, I mean, I can sell that. So this is like nothing to me.
Goshay is in the beauty industry, so she pretty much is all over that topic, which people want to lose weight, they want to be thinner, they want to look good. And this is a product that can give you that.
Anything can stop you from aging or slow down that, aging process. I think that's great.
Well, you got to just keep in mind that you're still going to get older, but you don't have to feel that way. You don't have to feel older is the key right there. so, so what about you, Dr. Stern? What led you to become a distributor of the product?
Well, first of all, I want to say that, with all kinds of naturopathic stuff, being a medical doctor, I'm a little skeptical. So I was a little skeptical of seeing if this product really did give some benefits. That being said, also, again, lifestyle is important, and how the HGH responds to your body, I think, has a lot to do with lifestyle. For instance, one of the big things they say, if you drink, it's going to offset the benefits of the human growth hormone. All these things that we're saying are potential benefits. It can help mood. It can help all of these things. Certainly not a guarantee. And again, lifestyle is key in making the benefits work best for us. So for me, I wanted to try the product first. I felt when I was sort of introduced to the product, I thought, well, it's kind of a no-brainer. It was minimal financial input to have a possible amazing product that could really help myself, again, given my age, right around menopause, and as well all of my patients, being a gynecologist. I do see a lot of patients who complain about lack of sleep is one of the big things, and one of the big things and benefits of this HGH, again, is deep REM sleep. So if you see a lot of the testimonials, I think that's probably one of the prime things that people talk about. Again, Gaucher, part of the reason why you're remembering your dreams is you're probably sleeping deeper, and therefore deeper REM sleep, you tend to remember your dreams better. That was a huge thing that I could see that my patients could benefit from. Another thing that, I always, obviously, weight loss, we all talk about that. And certainly HGH does promote, again, muscle growth and fat depletion. So we like that. Libido is huge in my practice. I hear complaints from every walk, every age of life, everybody complains of that. So, some of these things that I wanted to see if I could feel the benefit at first before I was promoting it in my practice, for sure. So I signed up. I said, it's certainly worth the little bit of money, and to see if this could work, because it could really, again, take off with my practice. So I saw that my sleep was much better and deeper right away, which clearly gave me a little bit more energy, depending on my life, depending on if I'm out at night, depending on a lot of different things, woken up multiple times. Obviously, my energy changes. So that's not so consistent. But what I did see was, again, a definite benefit in my libido. I was having some foot issues, some inflammation or pain in my feet when I was waking up, because I'm on my feet a lot, and I'm definitely seeing benefits with that. My feet are not as achy, which is really great. And one of the other funny things is I'm a little vain, and I have my eyelash extensions placed. And when I do that, I had a lot of inflammation of my upper eyelids, to the point that I actually usually take a small dose of steroids for the first 3 nights after having my eyelashes placed. And this last time I guess I'd been on the gel for about 3 or 4 weeks, and I had a lot going on in my life. I was picking my son up from camp, and I forgot to take my little dose of steroid, and I had no inflammation on my eyelids, which I thought was kind of great. I mean, it was a great byproduct, and the only thing that I could think of was that I was on the gel. And so it just goes to show you that, these little things that we're not even thinking about are really being benefited by this gel, perhaps. So as far as that's concerned, so now I can feel comfortable promoting this product to a lot of patients who really don't want to be on hormone replacement therapy, but are certainly feeling some of that sort of thyroid and adrenal fatigue, as well as the low human growth hormone. And I think it could really take off in my practice. And if that's the case, then I feel like everybody can benefit from this product, including men. I see a lot of the testimonials are of men with, significant injuries of their backs or their knees, or they have tons of improvement in their pain. And obviously sleep is huge, and libido is huge for men. So, if we look at the testimonial pages and speak to some of the men that are on it, it's very beneficial to both genders, and for certainly people over 40 and even 30. I think it's a great thing because we do see that decline in the human growth hormone then.
I totally agree. And all of the benefits that you mentioned here, Dr. Stern, they're all over they're plastered all over the Facebook testimonials. Both of those pages have over 100,000 people on the page. And I saw those pages, and just like you and Goshay, I wanted to understand what type of benefits I might receive from this product. And I have to say that I was a bit surprised and taken aback by how fast I saw my benefits. Within the first week, I saw benefits, and I don't think that is normal for most people. But in this case, I did see some drastic improvements in my overall health in the first week. So I was noting everything via voice note every day. So I noted that on day 5, I did have that increased libido that you mentioned, and I believe Goshay experienced that as well. And also day 6, I was very energetic, and I feel like I just had energy from nowhere, because most days I'm energetic anyway, and I have a clarity of thought. At least that's what I thought. But on day 6, it's like a fog had lifted. It's one of those commercials where you see the person with an allergy and things look, foggy and dirty when they have on glasses, and then they take antihistamine and everything is just clear. And that is how I felt it. It was just amazing to me that I could get that much clarity and have that much energy with the use of this product in such a short amount of time. And it reminded me of this movie. Some people might relate to it, called Limitless, where they take this product called NZT, and you just become so clear and you become so efficient. And that weekend that I was on the product, I actually was at the coffee shop because I really needed to get somewhere and get creative, like Goshay even mentioned. So I actually was able to draft the first, to actually write the first draft of my book that I'm working on in one weekend. So I kind of feel like I was walking on water, like what is really happening? And Danica was, saying, Lori, why don't you just sit down and relax? And I can't relax. I got all this energy. I want to do some other stuff. So to me, it's been life-changing just to be able to accomplish that in a weekend, get a first draft out. Most times people have problems just getting the first word on a page. So I was very excited about that. And I knew that when all of these things were happening in that short amount of time, that this product was definitely a winner. And it definitely has been for me even already. So do you, any things you want to add, Goshay or Dr. Stern, before we go into the compensation? I know Goshay is really waiting on this, so she probably is going to not say anything.
Nope, just ready to get to the next part.
All right. So we're going to just try to give you guys some brief understanding of how the compensation works. This call is not designed to be a detailed overview of everything. It's designed to just help you see the potential, and then you can get back with the person that invited you to this call and take the next steps. So the New Life compensation operates on a binary plan. So basically binary means 2, a right and a left. And in order to be successful, you simply have to build 2 lines of business, the right leg and the left leg of your business. And you build your business by promoting this great product, enrolling others to be either customers where they simply order the product, or become distributors like many of us on this call. So winning in this business is really about volume. It's about people volume and point volume. The more people you have that are active and working in the business, the better. But in reality, if you find the right people, it can be as few as 2 people. And if you can coach them on sharing the product with at least 2 more people and so on, you can build a thriving business. And 2 is really the minimum number of distributors you need. Right now I have 5, and my goal tomorrow is to get 1 more, to have 3 on my left and 3 on my right, which puts me in a different ranking system as my volume grows. But keep in mind that when you're building your business, you're not alone. And even though I've enrolled 5 people at this point, because of the team above me, Dr. Stern and her upline, I actually have 21 people in my downline and already, and it's growing every day. I remember when it was just me a few short weeks ago. So please know that you have a team of people that are going to coach you on growing your business and actually help you grow your business by putting people in your downline. So you're definitely not alone. And know that you're very early in the game right now. Just like Dr. Stern mentioned, the product launch was just last December, and there's been a phenomenal growth from 0 distributors to now a little over 40,000 distributors. And the goal of the company is to have 1 million distributors. So it's still very early in this process. Let me ask you guys, have you ever looked at a potential investment opportunity, let's say a stock, or it could have been real estate, and you thought, I should invest in that? but you waited, and then later you heard about the stock growth, or you kept seeing the real estate market going up, and what did you say? You said, I knew I should have invested. So now is the time, like Dr. Stern said, just as a small investment for you to make to see where this can go for you and to work a business and to work promote a product that is really going to be life-changing for a lot of people. That's already life-changing for a lot of people. And now it's the time to make up for all those other times where you might have said, I'll wait. And as distributors, when you become a distributor with New Life, you actually have an opportunity to earn commissions and bonuses from a variety of 5 ways. I wanted to pause and say that again. There are 5 ways. That's huge, everybody, to earn income with this business. In order to be eligible to earn income from any category, you got to do 2 things. You got to be active and stay active. And the way that you get active and stay active is by purchasing your own bottle of Sermaderm every month, or you can bring in 2 retail customers to buy the product every month. And that makes you active, and that allows you to meet your 140 personal volume point requirement. The second thing you must do is get qualified. And you do that by sponsoring, remember I said 2 distributors, and placing them on one on your right and one on your left. And then this qualifies you to earn. But the more, of course, distributors you enroll, the higher your rank and the more volume you earn. You can earn up to $25 to $45 on each bottle of product that you sell. That's actually paid out weekly. That's called retail commissions. There's also a team acquisition bonus where you can earn $20 to $120 per enrollment pack, that being the 1 pack, the 4 pack, or the 8 pack. Again, these are paid weekly as well, and this is on top of your commission, your retail commissions. Then you have the team commission, and this is a weekly payout based on cycles. And the cycle is at least 1,000 group volume points. Remember I said this business is about people volume and point volume. So if you got 1,000 group volume with a percentage split of 60-40, meaning you have 600 points on your greater volume leg, it could be your right or your left, and 400 points on your lesser volume leg, that can pay you between 40 and 60 per cycle. So let's say, for example, you have a group volume of 25,000. That'll get you to 20 cycles at $40 a bottle if you're a promoter or a coordinator. And that will give you an $800 commission just for that week. And that's on top of your team acquisition bonus and your retail commissions. So it's like a snowball effect. The more you do, the more you promote, the more volume you get, the more categories you fall in, the more money you make. There's also a coaching bonus and a matching bonus, all on top of what we discussed. So there are many ways to earn here, and it's very simple to grasp how it all works once you get involved and you start the process. And I just want you guys to know that you're not alone. I mean, your success is everyone's success. This is truly a team effort here. And tonight's call was really not intended to go over every detail, but I wanted to give you guys more information that you probably already had, just to help you understand the potential and to walk you down a path of how you can move forward. And also to help you understand more about the science, because as we all stated, and the more you understand about a product, the more knowledgeable you are, the more confidence you have in discussing it. And as you guys make your decisions, whether or not you're going to come on board or you're already on board, just know that if you guys have any questions, you can always reach out to me. You can always reach out to my upline, Dr. Stern. I have an upline, it's even Dr. Stern's upline, Rick Cruz. I've reached out to these people via text, via Facebook Messenger, any kind of way. They're always accessible, always asking my questions, and I tend to have a lot. So thank you, Dr. Stern. And they've always been able to answer my questions. So if you guys have any questions, even after this call, about compensation, about product, I can get you on the phone with Dr. Stern, get you on the phone with Rick Cruz, whatever questions that you have. And you have to be comfortable as you move forward in this decision to know that this is what you want to do. So with that being said, I just want to, thank you, Dr. Stern, for being on the call tonight, taking your time out of your schedule. Also, thank you, Goshay, for taking
You're welcome, and thank you.
Oh, thank you. And thank you again, Goshay. And guys, get back with the person that invited you to this session tonight and see what your next steps might be. And I think we're done here. So good night, everyone. And thank you all for joining us. And until next time, have a good night.
Good night, Lori. Thanks, everybody. Good night.
Good night.